Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 5 of our Karak Hirn Radious mod Let's Play. So, we're back exactly where we left off on turn 30. Yes, we finished turn 30 last time, so there's not a huge amount to do before we end the first turn. Just having a quick look around, checking the situation. It's been a few days since the last recording. Yep, Belagar. That is Carcassonne. Yeah, so there was one thing which I was looking to do before we go on to the next turn. We're going to be recruiting Dalid Damin for our Thane, and what this Thane is going to be doing is he's going to be acting outside of the army, and he's going to be exploring a little bit for us, mostly down here in the World's Edge Mountains, but also probably once he's finished down here, maybe having a look to see what the Empire is up to. That's probably going to be it for our first turn, so I will see you in the next one. And we are back for the next turn. Alric Ranulfson has gained the trait Severe, up from Strict, which is giving him public order in his local province. That's from being in Karak Hirn. We haven't quite upgraded yet, so it's not having the public order benefits. We have one turn left on our refectory in here, which would sort out our public order provinces in the Black Mountains. We have, however, finished our refectory in Averland, which is, as you can see there, sorting out the problems significantly. So, let's... yes, I think so. Yes, let's upgrade to a drinking hall just for that extra beer production. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to move Dalid Damin down here. It's going to take him a good couple of turns to get there, but
a wise plan.
Hey, he will get there eventually. Now, there's not really much else to do this turn, so I will probably be seeing you in the next one. And we're back, everyone. Not much has happened in the end turn. Morga is apparently laying an ambush over here. We've got some positive growth in Averheim. Belagar and his army are moving around in Bretonnia. Don't exactly know why, but hey, we're not going to worry about it. We have over here our Thane, who is still moving up. Averheim, positive public order. Unfortunately, all of these lords in here are significantly increasing corruption. So we're also going to be upgrading at Karak, which should give us some nice benefits. We've completed the refectory in Miglovlmark, and so we can already upgrade that to a drinking hall. Can't quite upgrade any of this yet, but we have enough money that if we moved back this lord here, Luther af Dromenari, we could be able to do something. Now, he has leveled up, which will enable us to get a few things. We can get the Master Rune of Oath and Steel, and also Forge Fire, which gives a passive ability, which acts constantly and affects allies, which is plus 10% armor piercing damage, which is very nice. I don't think there's much else to do this turn. Achendorf, we can upgrade the goat pastures to a goat herd, and we can pick up a barley field just to get as much growth in this province as possible. So we're going to be going into the underway and moving up to Miglovlmark, which if we can, yep, there we go. And we can recruit some units next turn and maybe flesh out this army a little bit. We've got enough income and money to do so. So that looks like it's going to be the end of the turn already. Welcome everyone, we are back. Luther af Dromenari has gained the Builder trait, giving construction cost reduction and more income from buildings in the local region. So we're going to be putting him back into normal stance.
Onward.
Heading into Miglovlmark, sorry. And we're probably going to be recruiting a few units for him. Can't get Dragon Company or these Dwarf Scouts. What can we do then for his army? Well, at the moment, let's say get him
If you
3
say
units
so,
of Thunderers,
Beedling.
give him a nice ranged back line. Arkendorf can upgrade a granary. Grenstadt can get a barley field and upgrade to a pottery maker.
My axe thirsts for war.
Alric Ranelson at the moment
The
just
drum is
stationing
musty.
himself in Karak Possibly what we're going to want to do is invade the Vampire Count's territories. I'm not sure that that's what we want to do at the moment. I'm going to have a scout out over here, and maybe we could come down and take some of these things.
Whatever.
The Stone Mine Tower, or Ekrund, or the Dragon Horn Mines, or something like that, just to get a little bit of something that isn't in this section of the world. So again, pretty short turn this time, so I will be seeing you in the next one. And we're here in the end turn, and Barak Var are wanting to get a trade agreement. They want some money, but it's only 140, and we do have a significant treasury, so we are going to be accepting that, and hopefully improving our opinion, which drastically went down once we attacked the Lichtenberg Confederacy. So we will just be accepting that, and then I will be seeing you at the end of this turn. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We have been issued a grudge. Seen by Valea's angry eyes, the Bretonnians have slain many Thagaraki in their fell nest to save a clutch of maidens, both Ungi and Dowie. But it turns out that Crooty knights, while gladly escorting the damsels back to safety, left the fair dwarf maids to fend for themselves with sorry excuses about there not being enough room on the backs of their nags. An outrage, and one that must be paid for with these knights' blood. We have to win 3 battles against the Bretonnian kingdoms, which, we're probably not going to do that for a while, because, I mean, we're only fighting
I will not.
Carcassonne. They're all the way over here, not really going in that direction at all. So, where's our thing? There he is. Let's keep moving him along. Alric Ranulfson managed to get Pathfinder, since we accidentally left him in the underway stance, which is giving him leadership in subterranean intercept battles, and more chance, a plus 15% chance of intercepting armies in the underway, the beast paths, or the world routes.
Ready.
So he's got quite a few nice things here. Can we give... no more of that. Change up the obsidian amulet? Nope. I don't think so. Got no skill points to put in anywhere. Grenstadt can upgrade the barley field to a granary. Arkendorf can upgrade to a dwarf keep, which we will be doing. There's not really, again, a huge amount we can do on this turn. We're getting 20 from military presence, so we can't really afford to move out of here at the moment. So again, quite a quick turn, so I'll see you in turn 35. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are on turn 35 and we have just finished researching the heavy kernstones, which is giving us some more growth in all of our provinces. Luther F. Drominari has gained strict. I don't know why, since we do have significant public order in... Oh, I guess since it's currently in the negative, it's treating it like that. So we've got the drinking hall, which we're going to be upgrading to a feast hall. There's not really a huge amount of other upgrades to do. However, in Karak Dramar, we can now finally get the refectory, which should give us some public order benefits. So we're going to be moving Alric out and moving our Thane downwards towards Baragadawasbag. So what we're wanting to do is have a look down here and see if we can find where the capital of the dwarves are. I believe it's that, Iron Rock. Yes, it's looking like it. Grimgor still holds Black Crag, but Karagdron is being held by Barak Var. So we do have some research to do. So we're probably going to be getting the Gromrill Picks, which should give us some income. More income, sorry, from iron mines, gold mines, and also stone quarries. That's not super useful at the moment, although we do have an iron mine in Karak Hirn, and that's all we have at the moment. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be moving Alric down to Matorka and then moving him across and possibly taking Ekrund, which would be nice since the dwarves have taken Stone Mine Tower. That's not going to be an option for us, but hopefully we'll be able to take Ekrund before they can snag it up. Now that's going to be the end turn, but hopefully we'll be able to get to Ekrund before the end of the episode, or maybe I'll have to leave it on a cliffhanger. So I'll see you at the end of the turn. And so we're in here in the next turn, and apparently we need to get a new... Oh, no, sorry, the other one was with Barak Val. So yes, we are going to be getting a trade agreement with Thorgrim, Grudgebearer, and Karak. And, of course, we're still at the very, very start of the end turn here, so I'll be seeing you at the end. And so we're here on the next turn. Morga is still off doing ambushing and other such things like that, but we don't really care since he's doing it in Bretonia and not over here. Alric is over here, so we're going to be putting him in the march stanch and marching him right down to Matorka. Ekrund is still held by the enemy, so we will be able to go in there and take it, although I'm a bit sceptical of where Grombrindle is going, so I'm hoping he's not going somewhere which would enable him to take Ekrund. We're going to keep moving down Dalid Damin, and let's see the general situation. So yes, Black Crag is still held by Grimgor. Is that Grimgor? No, that's someone called Grotzlik, a little goblin. They've got it up to level 3. Got some nice upgrades in it there. And apparently we've encountered the Crooked Moon. So yes, I do have a mod enabled called the War of Karak 8 Peaks, which is an interesting script. So basically what it does is if you start as Belagar, you start normally where you usually start as Belagar. If you start as Skarsnik, you start where you normally start as Skarsnik. And if you start as Queek, you start where you normally start as Queek. So that's no changes there. However, the difference is that if you start as Belagar, Queek, or anyone else, then Karak 8 Peaks is held by Skarsnik, and the Crooked Moon Gits are removed from the game, and his other province in the southern Grey Mountains is given over to a different faction. I think it's a new Orc faction which they added in. So that's the interesting thing there. It's a really cool script, which I am a big fan of, and so I'm pretty much going to be including it in all of my campaigns because I think it's a more interesting way to play. So we're also going to be getting 3 units of Longbeards in Luther Avdromanari's army, just to give him a little bit of a boost. I don't know how much public order this is going to give 6, so we should be able to counteract most of the negative public order in our province of Jufbar. Unfortunately, we're getting still some problems with public order here. What are the problems? The problems are vampiric corruption, mostly, I'm assuming, from Vlad von Karstein. So again, this is going to be the end of the turn, so I will see you in the next one. So we're into the next turn, and it's looking like Barak Var are wanting a defensive alliance, which obviously we're trying to confederate with them, so we will definitely be accepting that. And then, of course, continuing with the end turn, and I will see you at the end of it. And we're here in the next turn, and of course, as usual for this episode, Morga has been discovered ambushing over here in Bretonia. We can see Dalsith there. Is that a... I don't think that's a unique lord, but it is a cool one to be sure. Orion, there we go. And Belgern Grobynutter. It's quite the interesting name. If we underway, we can actually get over to there. So that's probably what we're going to do. Let's underway over... Oh, because we don't have military access with these guys, and they are not willing to accept it. So what we're going to have to do is go back into march stance and come all the way down here into the ocean, and then maybe just pop quickly over to Ekrund and see what we can do. Wurrzag Crooked there with his broken tooth armoured boys, Bloody Sun boys, Night Goblin archers, Savage Orc Boar boy Biggins. I believe these are some units added by Radious, although I can't tell you for sure. There's not a huge amount of other upgrading to do. We can upgrade the refectory, upgrade the refectory, and what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be declaring on the Von Carsteins again.
With the respect I deserve.
They do have the vampire counts as allies. So I guess we're not going to be doing that, because I really just can't be bothered to fight the vampire counts at this point. They're probably quite strong. Let's keep moving Dalid Damin down here. We can see Karak, Eight Peaks and Valia's Sorrow and the Crooked Fang Fort are all held by Skarsnik and the Crooked Moon. However, Dringor Akaz is still held by Karak Azul, who we have not met yet. As we can see, we've got quite good relations with Barak Bar now. Will they accept some military access? No, they're not going to accept anything at the moment. We'll have to wait for our relationships to improve. Still, not that much happening in this episode, so I'll see you at the end of the next turn. And we're here in the end turn, and it looks like Wissenland would like a military alliance, which we are going to be accepting. We do like Wissenland. They are our closest ally in the Empire realms. It looks like there's not a huge amount going on at the moment, so again, I'll see you at the end of this turn. And we're here at the end of the end turn. I suppose that was a bit of a weird way to word that. Well done, me. So we have Alrik Ranulfson here, who we're going to be putting into normal march and getting up on here. We're going to be encamping there, having a look at the garrison in Ekrund, which is very small. So next turn, we're going to be declaring war on them and then underwaying over to Ekrund. It seems like Grombrindal has taken Grotti Mingal and Karak Zorn have taken Agru Migdal, which is quite surprising. They don't usually end up surviving. Barak Var have taken the Flyer's Sorrow from Karak Eight Peaks. As you can see up here, we have met Karak Azul now. Can we do... No, we haven't. Apparently we haven't met them yet. So we're going to have to be going down here to see where they are and hopefully meet them, finally. Yes, there we go, Karak Azul. Do they like me? A little bit. We'll be able to accept a non-aggression pact with Cazador Dragonslayer, another unique lord added by the same pack, which is giving us Alrik Ranulfson, and, of course, over here, Birnoth Grunderdrak. Yes, Birnoth Grunderdrak, who is the legendary lord of Barak Var. Not really a huge amount to do, so I will see you at the end of this turn. And we're here for turn 39. Let's see, what can we do this turn? Averheim can be upgraded to tier 3, always good. Karagdramar is still suffering some issues with corruption as well. Apparently there's some vampires over here in Jufbar, which might be increasing corruption in this area. What else can we do here? Yes, of course, we have Dalid Damin, who's going to be moving forwards and scouting out some other realms over here. Skarsnik, here with his army, have taken Drin Gor Akaz from Karak Azul and Cazador Dragon Tamer. We're going to be back into underway stance here, and we're going to be moving right up next to Ekrund with Alric's army. And as you can see here, Wurrzag, the Great Green Prophet, is Bone Clubbers Savage Orc Boys with shields. Bone Clubbers Savage Orc Boys with great weapons. Broken Tooth Armoured Boys, some Trolls, some Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins. So next turn we're going to be declaring and taking Ekrund for ourselves. We do have a catapult. We have 2 catapults in our army, so we should be rather easily able to take that. Matorka can now be upgraded to tier 3. Goat Herd can be upgraded to a goat farm. Granary to a stonebread bakery. And we can also get a trinket maker in Arkendorf, which should give us a little bit extra income. We have Luther Aphodromedari over here sitting in Grenstadt, providing a bonus to public order, and also, hopefully, reducing corruption a little bit as the vampires have been persuaded to leave. We have Zelig van Kruger here, who is at war with Sturland and is possibly coming over here to assault Graf Albrecht Anderson of Sturland. There's not really a huge amount left to do now. Yeah, again, we're going to be finishing this turn pretty quickly, but next turn we're going to be having the Siege of Ekrund. So I will be seeing you next turn for that. And we are in the next turn, and a couple of interesting things have happened while we were away. The vampire counts have apparently been completely destroyed. It looks like, yes, Karak Hirn has taken the entirety of eastern Sylvania. Unfortunately, the von Carsteins have taken Oakenhammer, but a few other things. We've finished researching Gromril Pix, and we have a Drak attack. A Chaos Dragon is attacking Karak Angazar. The Cursed Drak will eventually be fended off by the dwarf holds considerable defences, but not before substantial loss of Dowie life. We have some buildings damaged and some negative growth. So what we're going to be having to do is repair all of these buildings here. But what we are going to be doing is, since we have the opportunity, we're going to be assaulting Schwarzhaften with Luthor af Dromanari, as it should have, yes, a very, very small garrison, especially for a capital city, and these elite units should easily be able to take that. Akendorf, we can upgrade the Trinket Maker to a Dwarf Tinkerer's Shop, and here we go. We are going to be declaring war on Wurrzag, the Great Green Prophet. We are also apparently declaring war on the Red Fangs, Grimgor's War, and the Crooked Moon. But we also are bringing in Wissenland and Clan Angrand. So here we are with Alric's army. We're going back into normal stance, and we are going to be assaulting Ekrund. So we can go straight in there. They've got some forest goblins, some night goblins, and some night goblin archers. So this should be a reasonably easy battle. So I will see you in there. And so we are in on the battle map. Pretty dark in this battle map here, so we're going to have to really get in there to see some of the action. So we're going to be deploying on this side over here. Our front unit, of course, going to be our brave Dowie warriors. Front line of them, followed by a second line, of course, of our trusted great weapons and long axes. I don't believe the long axes are going to be particularly useful, or the great weapons, really, since we're fighting against goblins. But, of course, we have the Ekrund miners and our warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Alric Ranulfson standing at the front of our army, ready to assault any who come near. Our third line of Quarrelers and Thunderers as our ranged line, and our two catapults, the Goblobber and our normal Grudge Thrower. So we're getting straight into this and giving it a quick pause, as we're going to be setting both of these on attacking the gatehouse. What we're going to be doing is moving up these units here to take up ladders on the walls, and then we're going to be setting Alric Ranulfson to take up this end of the wall, bring up these units here, bring up these units here, and bring up these units here. So that should be good. So we're going to get this battle underway. Let's have a look at where the enemy appear to have been preparing. We've got some forest goblins with swords down here, forest goblins with swords here, forest goblins with swords, and their leader Garsnag is in this unit here. So we're going to want to focus him down pretty quick. And I'm assuming they've got units up here, which are the night goblins that we can't see yet, and possibly some over here as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a unit of long axes and a unit of great weapons to come up onto that wall there and see what they can do against the night goblins. Our Ekrund miners are going to stand over here, and the warriors of Dragonfire Pass are going to stand by the gatehouse, ready to assault as soon as we have knocked it down. Taking some nasty fire from, yes, here we go, they have been discovered, night goblin archers on the wall. Yes, lots of them, and some normal night goblins, and some night goblin spearmen. This is appearing to be our main enemies here, the night goblins. Luckily, they're taking some fire from our quarrelers and from our thunderers. The gatehouse taking some nice damage, up to 51%, and our warriors have docked on the walls. Dwarf warriors climbing up the ladders to face the enemy. Alric Ranulfson, the absolute beast, managing to put up 5 ladders without touching any of them. Absolutely incredible. Our units of warriors with great weapons and warriors with long axes are now coming up over here, and our warriors with our Ekrund miners with blasting charges are going to be shooting up at these units. Yes, there we go. Probably a couple of them are going to be missing, but as you can see, taking some massive damage as well. Then we're going to be moving them back, as we don't want to do any friendly fire at all. Alric Ranelson up here is going to be assaulting. Probably, yes, he's going to use Heroic Killing Blow, which is giving him armor-piercing damage and weapon damage. Armor-piercing is obviously not useful against goblins, as they don't have any armor, as far as I'm aware. Well, they do have armor, but a very limited armor compared to other units in the game. Mostly relying on numbers, and I believe they do have armor-piercing themselves. Night Goblins... Yes, their armour is 37. That's not a huge amount compared to the 144 of Alric Ranelson. Get a bit more armour on these forest goblins, which are up to 53. Now, it has been taken down, so we're going to be moving in our Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. And we can set those units into their own group, and so bring these 3 units into the fray. Great weapons and long axes charging through the gate with the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass to assault the goblins within this fortress. Long lost fortress of the dwarves, taken centuries ago by the Garobi and the Urks, and now is being taken back. These forest goblins with swords are absolutely going to stand no chance against these elite dwarven infantry. We're going to be pushing up these 4 units of Great Warriors onto these Night Goblin Archers. Alric Ranelson basically taking them all on his own. No other reinforcement units anywhere else on the map. So at the moment, I don't know, are they shooting? They shouldn't be shooting. Oh well. So yes, these Warriors of Dragonfire Pass with their incredible flaming weapons are going to be taking on these units here. That might be a little bit of a graphical bug. I don't remember them looking like this, but you know, could be, could not be. There was an update yesterday or today, which could cause some of our mods to glitch out a little bit if they haven't been properly upgraded, which a lot of them haven't. I thought these units weren't firing. It says they're not firing, but they just did some friendly fire and squashed some dwarves. So that's not good. Alric, of course, here. How many kills has Alric got? Alric has got 31 kills. Absolutely amazing. Blob of warriors here are pushing forwards and taking out these forest goblins. And this is looking like a decisive victory. Warriors of Dragonfire Pass here, 28 kills, doing extremely well, of course, as we would expect. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to leave these units up here to take care of these fleeing. We're going to bring Alric down here, and what we're going to do is we're going to pile in all of these units on the Forest Goblin swords and see if we can get a nicer round and really just destroy them. They are losing decisively. How many kills have they managed to pick up? They have managed to pick up 7 kills, barely any. Unfortunately, it does look like our Warriors of Dragonfire Pass are technically losing against these blobs of goblins. However, overall, I believe that we are winning this melee engagement. Alric Ranelson now charging in, going to just pop the Potion of Toughness for no other reason than we can. We've discovered some hidden units down here, so we're going to be charging in these units down here. It appears that our catapults can stop firing. Hold. Stop firing. Stop it. Some warriors up here, so we can just grab them, and just line them up here, just to observe the melee going on here. Dwarves with long axes charging in against forest goblin swords. Some great weapons over here. Not really doing anything, just shouting at the wall. Each to their own, I guess. Where's Alric? Is Alric in here doing some work? Yes, he is. In there fighting against the Night Goblins and the Night Goblin Spearmen, just killing Roby with every swing of his mighty axe. These units down here are attacking these Night Goblin Spearmen with their great weapons and with their long axes, so they can make sure that they're charging in against these Night Goblins. We want to eliminate them as fast as possible. And then move forwards to take on these 2 small units of Night Goblin Archers. Oh no, that's one. One unit of Night Goblin Archers. There is a unit here which we can assault with these Dwarf Warriors here. They are taking some damage from our Quarrelers as well, who are shooting over the walls. So this unit, Forest Goblins, are not going to last very long, and neither are these ones here. And it looks like possibly a mass rout from the Goblin lines is underway. Yes, it's looking like it, and this is probably going to be the end of the siege. So if we move our units forwards, we'll be able to discover the rest of the units that had broken and have now returned. So we're going to be moving up all of our units right into the centre of the map to take on the rest of the Groby scum. Now, I won't waste your time with searching for these invisible night goblins, so this is going to be a decisive victory for Elric Ranelson. So I will see you all back on the campaign map. And so we're back here, nearly back on the campaign map. As you can see here, we only lost 148 men, and they lost 754. A decisive victory for Elric Ranelson and Karak Hirn. 233 gold gain, not significant, but hey, any little bit is helpful. He's gained a rank, gone up to rank 11. And the most kills in that match, it's looking like 100 on that Dwarf Warriors with Long Axes unit, closely followed by 89 on the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass and 86 on Elric Ranelson. We've finished there, and we could sack it for 4,995, but you know what, we're just going to occupy it and retake this long-lost Dwarf hold. Ekrund is back in Dwarf hands. In fact, Karak Hirn hands. So we can get rid of the clan barracks here, not going to be needing that. Put in a barley field to get some nice growth. And we can also add some skill points to Elric Ranelson. So what are we going to add this time? What we're probably going to do is put in Obdurate and Foe Seeker. So we've got Foe Seeker now, which gives a charge bonus, speed, and vigour, and Obdurate, which just gives him a little bit more leadership. Not necessary, but we want to keep skill points even across the board, so we can keep going into these combat trees for him. Soon, at rank 13, we'll be able to get King of Karak Hirn, giving charge bonus, upkeep, casualty replenishment, and recruitment cost, which should be awesome. So, that's probably going to be the end of the episode. We're going to move Dalid Damin down a little bit further to see how the Crooked Moon are doing. They've taken Karak Azgal. They've pushed up really quite far. Grad Tommen is held by Karak Azul and the Misty Mountain. I swear that's some Lord of the Rings. The Misty Mountain is held by the Red Fangs. So what are we going to do? So it looks like, yes, Barakvar have pushed back against the Grimgor's War. Yeah, it's looking great up here for the dwarves as well. It's looking like our dwarven brethren are doing very, very well in this campaign. So that's going to be the end of the episode here. So I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow for episode 6. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.